Good people, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. We're now going to learn to add left-hand fingering to double stops, which is playing two strings at the same time. And this will allow us to play more chords, but also to add double stops to tunes more easily. Okay, so I think a good place to start is just playing open string double stops, G and D together. Recall that's a G chord and D and A together. Which is what? That's right, a D major chord. Or just, I like to say D chord. Without getting into theory of it, this chord could be major or minor. Okay, so get good at those, review those, maybe pause the video and practice them a little bit if you need to. And so then the next step we're going to do is we're going to place G1 down, and then we're going to alternate between G1 and open D, but hold down the G1. This is a preparation for doing the double stop, because often what happens is, or you may notice that you get kind of a weird sound if the first finger is touching the open D. And so what you want to do is lean it away to clear space so that open D can ring just evenly on its own. Alright? So the prep exercise again is just G1 to open D. We can make it more involved by going open G, D, G1, D as well. Alright, and then just start doing the double stop. Alright, so what chord is that? Any guesses? Well, we're going to work, kind of reverse engineer it. Start with open D and open A. So this is, again, a D chord. If we take this open A and instead play G1, which is A, we have the same chord, but it's a different voicing we say. We say it's an inversion of the first one. It has a nice sound, okay? Okay, so now you know that's a D chord. We're gonna do two other cool things. First we're gonna play, let's play G, let's go back to open string chords. So G to D. That's the open string D. Now we're going to do this chord progression in a more elegant way because we can stay on the G and D the whole time. So here's the G chord with open G and D. Place G1. And then continue that way. So this is a much smoother backup part. It'll kind of distract less from the main melody, whether that be on fiddle, some other guitar, some other instrument, guitar, voice. You don't want to distract from that main voice. So this is less distracting than this. Right? Nothing really wrong with this. It's maybe a matter of taste, but it's a subtle but nice difference to play it. Okay, and just to make crystal clear that you got the shapes and everything, so I'm putting G1 down and then lifting it, and that's all I'm doing finger-wise. Okay, so anyhow, that's pretty much the lesson here. If we do it on D and A strings, we have open D and A, which is a D chord. If we put down D1, guess what chord that is? Yes, it's A major. How did you know? How did you guess? Probably by analogy, right? Because like when we did it on G and D, that was G and that was D. It's sort of like G to D. You can think it follows the strings. So here, D to A is like D to A. So what's this going to be if we do it on A and E? It's going to be A to E. Good job. All right. So you can take all of these rhythms. Let's go back to the one we started with, G to D, and add rhythms. Hoedown, tucka, triplets, and whatever else strikes your fiddler's fancy. So when you play this chord progression of G to D, well, we say that that's a 1-5 chord progression. If you're a guitarist, you may have heard this before. And basically, what does 1-5 mean? Those are Roman numerals, by the way. And basically, the 1 means, let's say you're in a scale, G scale. We build chords on different degrees of the scale. So the first degree is the 1 chord, G. We count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have D. And then the major chord we build there is D major. So we say 1-5. And we bother doing this because it makes it easier to understand how songs are structured as we move to different keys. So sometimes you may want to move it to, say we move it to D major, like we did earlier. So D major is D chord to A chord. It's still a 1-5, all right? But so thinking of it that way, we can be in any of the 12 keys, all right? So again, the 1 chord is D, because we're in the D scale. So we go D, 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th note of that D scale is A, so its 5 chord is A major, all right? So the theory stuff takes, at least for me, it took a long time to sink in, and it may for you too. I always felt it helped a lot to just start playing things and then keep asking the questions, but if they don't get answered, just keep playing and you'll figure it out that way. Okay, have fun with this. More chords to come, more progressions. Soon you'll be playing backup on tunes. So, all right, that was fun, right? I had fun. All right, see ya. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive, step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the videography. Excellent. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.